Alright, baby, we back with another one. Djxnn still in the house. Vice is your boy Eclipse and his team Ruthless, the podcast. Let's get it. And we brought this. We talked about this a little bit, and I'm surprised it's still going, but the MGK versus Eminem still going on, so we're going to get into that. I know you niggas heard KillShot.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga text me this shit.
Sure did.
And I was like,
make sure you got it.
Yeah. I was like, what is
just
this?
in case.
I probably wouldn't have known about it if you didn't text me, so that was good.
When I sent it had only been out for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, so you
I don't even think it was that long.
Yeah,
I think it was like 6 when you sent it to me.
It might have been, because I remember I was sitting at Tropical Smoothie on my lunch. And you know how YouTube always recommends stuff?
Yeah.
You like and dislike stuff. I like to do that because I like to make sure my algorithm is right, so I'm not getting dumb shit. And it was literally at the very top. I said, this shit fake watch. Look at that bitch. Heard his voice. All right, what's the right voice?
Yeah.
And then he automatically starts. He like had those little things, you know, talking about what MGK said about him. And I was like, oh shit, I think this may be the real deal. And after 30 seconds, I was like, all right, well I'm gonna go to the bathroom, so just leave my smoothie there. I gotta hear better.
Yeah.
And I just like stood by the freaking sink and listened to that shit.
Bro, I've never seen so many, like, the week prior, like, I haven't seen so many, like, fake diss songs come out, like, before. And they weren't even fake. They're, like, real songs, but people were labeling, like, MGK diss or Eminem responds. I'm like, there's, like, 40 motherfuckers out.
So they just rickrolling you from...
Yeah.
Oh,
and I'm talking to people at work, like, yo, you heard that new Eminem diss? Or the response? I'm like, yeah, nah, bro. I didn't know it y'all. He's like, yo, check it out. I got this many views. Check it out. I'm like, bro, this is old shit. Like, what are you talking about?
I didn't even understand how people are getting... Like, I get that that's like a whole clickbait type thing, but like, some people were literally taking a song from Kamikaze.
Yeah.
And was like, that's the response. I said, how is it a response if what the fuck are you talking about? That came out before. How can he respond to something that hasn't happened yet?
They played one song, and it was like an unreleased song that got released like a while, like 7 years back. And I don't even remember. It was like D12 was in the song. I'm like, come on, guys.
That proof rapping on the track, really? Like, what?
That shit ain't new, man.
I was like, you guys are retarded. Anyways, what did y'all think of the song?
Oof. That is how you're supposed to come back and when you have beef with somebody. That's how it's done. Clearly, Eminem gave a damn about finishing what MGK started.
Yeah.
Because, man, he went in. And his lyrics actually made sense, and they were hard. Because MGK's shit, he was too... Man,
like Eminem said it on the song.
Yeah,
Diss me on one line, compliment me on the next.
Yeah, I was just like...
It's not a diss track.
Like, if you're going to diss somebody, diss them and stick to your guns. If you want to show respect, show respect.
How many diss tracks ever released with a video? That y'all remember? I can't think of any.
Hit 'em Up.
Yes.
Hit 'em Up came out with the video, or did the song drop first?
Probably the song.
Because MGK's shit
Probably the song.
came with the video first, no?
Yeah.
That I know.
Like, when I seen it, it was already on Worldstar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like this MGK goal was not to diss Eminem, in my opinion. It was just use his name to get that publicity. Which is smart.
I think you're right, because I've been saying everybody's like talking about, oh my god, he dissed him, this, that, and that. But it's like,
I was like, what did he say?
It wasn't even really Granted, he did hit some like subliminal points that, like, you know, like the whole beard is weird. I didn't get that until I watched something else and it broke down why he said that, because I was like, that's a corny ass bar. But then I found out that like Eminem back in the day used to always talk about people having beards and them being weird and all stuff like that.
Still trash.
So yeah, it wasn't really that good. I think honestly it got those views because people were just shocked that he had the balls to respond.
Which I think was dope, and I think it was smart. But I don't know if y'all, did y'all see his tweet when he was saying like, I'm doing the same thing you did and speaking up for the younger generation or whatever. Because a lot of the songs, and then this is my thing too, like one of the biggest points he was making was like, yo, get out of the way so we can eat. The younger, he's not new or young, but the newer, younger artists can eat. And I'm like, yo, did y'all not just listen to Lucky You that dropped yesterday?
I'm saying, like, he just put Jordan Lucas on him, and Jordan Lucas killed that.
Killed that motherfucking song. That is the best song on the album. And I was hyped when I saw his name. I was like, oh, this shit gonna be fire.
But like, I don't know. It kind of goes back to what we were talking about local shit. Like, why do people feel like other artists are stopping them?
That's what I
make better music.
That's what I was.
That's all it comes down
like,
to.
Okay, so like I was like thinking about it, like especially when you said last week, like yo, like we're just now seeing artists get old. I was like, even when these artists were like, okay, they've been in the game for 10 years. Kendrick, Big Sean, Drake, like anybody around their ages and shit, like they didn't have a hard time blowing up, and they were younger artists. It wasn't they were smart about it. They paid what's the word? They didn't pay anybody, but they gave respect.
Homage is what you're saying.
Yeah, pay homage to the I can't talk. To the old school rappers. They got on songs with them or whatever, and then they didn't. The older artists didn't have to move out the way. The new artists came and
they made a space for themselves.
Yeah,
like they pulled up a chair to the fucking table.
Especially like in MGK's case, it's like, bro, like
you've been here for
how long?
You've been here for a while.
MGK's problem, in my personal opinion, is MGK's always been like gimmicky. Like when he first came out, Machine Gun Kelly, he can rap really fast, but he wasn't really saying anything.
Exactly,
he just was rapping really fast. So it was just like.
Okay,
then he had Wild Boy, and it was like, again, you're not saying anything. You're just giving a certain type of energy.
That's what I was trying to tell people. I was like, yo, he didn't, just like this. I was like, he don't really say nothing, bro. And as you said last week, it's like, he's a lyrical person. I'm like where?
He's
like, when did you hear his lyrics? Like, he has his energy. He raps fast. He has a decent flow. But like punchline wise and like lyrics, like he doesn't really offer anything. Like, and even his pop shit is kind of the same. Like he got this energy going, and it sounds like a deep topic, but it's really not that deep.
I honestly didn't know he was still rapping. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not even trying to be funny.
He has something playing on.
Everybody knows Eminem is my favorite all-time rapper, but that has nothing to do with it. I like legit didn't know he was still rapping.
Yeah.
I thought he gave up.
It's like, MGK's still here.
Because last thing I literally heard from him was Wild Boy. I have not heard anything else from him at all. Had no pop-ups on YouTube saying new song from MGK. Yeah. Is he still signed with Diddy? Like that's where he started. I don't know if he even is doing that.
I believe so because they keep bringing Diddy up in these views.
Yeah, didn't Eminem at the end of the song was like, "I apologize, Diddy" or something like that?
Yeah. Because he made it. And that shit was kind of.
Like Diddy got back together with Los, so like.
King Los is fired though.
Yeah, King Los is fired. So why would Diddy care about?
But I don't know. But like
we talking about like a super lyrical genius,
bro. King Los is fired.
That white boy, they can't make it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but like when M said that shit, when he said, what did he say? He said before you can make a hit, he said, shit. How did he say that shit? He was like, by the time you make a hit, Diddy will admit that he got Pac killed or some shit, bro. Did y'all hear that shit?
Oh, I didn't even hear that,
bro. See, that's why he apologized at the end. I was like, you really said that?
That's why I like to read Eminem's lyrics.
You have to sometimes.
He used to be saying too much shit to digest all at once. Like the second time I listened to it, I didn't even realize what he did in the beginning when he was like, wait, stand, son. I was like, oh shit, he called him his son.
He called him a stan because he is a fucking stan. You can clearly tell he loves Machine Gun Kelly.
And he admitted it. He's admitted it in songs and he's admitted it in the diss. But I don't think with the whole younger versus older generation, I don't think it's that. And these people keep trying to make it seem like that. And like, and then last week I said in the tweet like Charlemagne and these other people are saying like, oh, yo, Eminem's too old to be judging what the new generation are doing. Like, for one, y'all doing the same thing.
Everybody can judge anything.
And two, anyone can judge whatever the fuck they want. It's their opinion. They can say what they want. They like it, they like it. They don't like it. Who the fuck cares? It's their opinion. Like, anyone should be able to voice their opinion no matter how old they fucking are. One. And two, so it's okay for y'all to say, the younger people to say whatever they want about the older people, but when they respond, they shouldn't be doing that.
And the thing really is, I mean, I do believe that some of the older generation rappers are bitter, but I don't think that it's a problem because it's like we were talking about earlier, like how hard is it to really make songs? like to a certain level.
Yeah.
And then after you took all this time and you finally got there, now you're considered one of the legends. For some of these kids to come up and make it off of what they're making off of, you like,
really?
What?
Well, yeah, because clearly
you love hip hop, you care about it.
You care about it too much.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to see it go that basic to the point like then what's the next generation gonna do? Like
and then
they don't want to see it die.
You know, especially like what you said, like a lot of them built it and it's in its place because of them.
Yeah.
Like how can you not pay homage to this shit? Like,
well, I mean, you still had that way back in the 80s because you remember like KRS-One had been out for a little bit and then Nelly came. I mean, not Nelly. I say Nelly. LL came and then they had it out because it was like new school versus old school and then that's how they portrayed it because he didn't like the way LL was coming up or the way he rapped and KRS-One was very like he was very scripted and he rapped about real shit and LL was a little different in that respect. He didn't rap like specifically about his life and rap changed because I mean it's gonna show that LL's style won out, but KRS-One's style is kind of one of the originators of hip hop.
Yeah, like conscious rap.
Yeah.
Conscious rap.
It's like you don't get much conscious rap anymore.
And I think that's the huge problem is it's just not the balance isn't really there anymore. And I brought that up last week. It's like we got too much dumb shit and not enough of the conscious shit. Like the only time we getting conscious now is the Kendrick and J. Cole really. Big Sean.
That's really my only thing is like what you said. Like I just feel like the balance is not there because it's like okay, Lil Uzi Vert did it. What's that dude's name again? His rapper nickname is Lil Boat. Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty.
He did it.
He trash.
And then like from there, it's like it like keeps going. You just have all these guys singing. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of Trippie Redd. I don't know why I like him more than all the other singers, but I bought his album like his music.
Yeah.
Like I really like Trippie Redd. But it's just like when you have all the new guys trying to do that same style, it's like, okay, I get it. We're evolving into something else as hip hop. I have no problem with that. But it's like we can't have all these, you know what I'm saying, categories of rap and then like we just all funnel into one thing. Yeah, like I want different things to trickle down as well. Like I want to hear a new form of conscious rap. I want to hear a new form of street rap. The
street rap right there. There's nobody doing real street rap like that. No, I've not seen a new young artist come up and do street rap like a J-Rock or like the old school or Game or something like that. Yeah. Nobody's popped up big and done gangster rap anymore. And I'm like, where?
Because it still has singing in it.
Yeah, because it's like
it still has singing in
it.
Like
come on,
man. Like the dude, I think he's from Florida too. Melly, he has like letters in front of Melly, but like he had that song Balenciaga, and it's good. I ain't gonna lie, it's a good song, but like, you know, I coach basketball now, so I'm talking to my high school players, and they were like, "Coach, you don't like that?" And I said, "I mean, it's okay, but like, when I was younger and I liked that street shit, my street shit was great. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all's like, y'all be worried about fashion and be singing a little bit. I'm like, no. They're like, oh no, look, that's how I heard about Quando Rondo. And it's like, no, he give you that real street shit. I was like, my real street shit in comparison to Quando Rondo was DMX. Yeah. So it's like DMX, you tell me who sounded more believable. I said that's all I'm trying to say.
Like we had Trick Daddy, like he would rap is really rough and
Lil Boosie.
Boosie had his.
And I personally think like even the crunk era had more grit to it, cause like, do you really want to fight the Yin Yang Twins?
Oh yeah, little Scrappy.
Like that dude got swole after a while.
Yep.
Little Scrappy got swole. Did you really want to fight the dudes from Crime Mob?
No.
Did you want to fight the women from Crime Mob? Like they look like they really didn't play that shit.
Yo, knock if you buck, man.
And like I feel like even like
play that in the club,
like for example, CeeLo Green when CeeLo Green wasn't singing and rapping,
yeah.
you could tell he wasn't playing with you. He's not fucking around with you. And then, you know, as the generation came along, then you had Plies. Like,
gangster rap.
Plies had some real shit. Like,
Bro.
I played one of their songs. It's like, oh, this is way too slow. I say, yeah, but you don't understand. If you was like actually in the car about to go do something, you don't want some nigga talking about somebody and say, Yaga. You want that.
No, it's like, I'm talking 4 goons hanging out of 4 windows with 4 choppers going off on that one nigga. Yo, that's what you want. Hard.
That's what you want.
That shit was hard.
Bro, I don't even like Plies, but you put some Plies on, bro,
That's
you got real ignorant.
That shit'll make you feel some type of
You mad at everybody.
Like, where'd I get his gun from? I'm about to kill somebody in a minute. So, I get what they're trying to do, whatever. But I think that just the generation needs to change, like downstream, not all into like one waterfall. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's okay, I guess.
That's how I feel. Like,
it's okay.
Yeah.
My thing is like, unless you dig for something different or something like that's kind of like both, like you're not gonna find it, and the radio doesn't help with that, and like that's the main issue. The radio and even the internet doesn't help with that. Like you're just gonna find 21 Savage, you're just gonna find Gotti, Uzi Vert. I'm just like,
and I honestly think that if I had to pinpoint one thing beyond like some of the guys that actually are bitter, I think the main thing isn't that the older generation is hating. I just think they don't like the arrogance of the younger generation.
That too.
Like
they think they is the shit.
Like how can Lil Yachty say the older generation sucked? You have absolutely no bars. You may be able to catch a vibe for people, but as far as actual rapping, you have no bars. I think that's what pisses them off. Like, dude, if people weren't unbiased, I'd kill you. I would. We could just feature, and I would kill you.
And then 2, I think is like, okay, like Jay-Z and J. Cole went on a different route instead of like dissing them. They were like, yo, like y'all need to change it up, or y'all just not gonna last.
Yeah, exactly.
And they don't want to take that seriously. But look at like how many of the same verses we've gone through that nobody talks about anymore.
Oh yeah, those same.
It's anyone even talking about, like, when the last time you heard a Lil Yachty song? Last time I heard a Lil Yachty song,
he tried to do like a gangster track with somebody. I forgot who it was. I can't remember who it was.
Exactly.
But
I'll even say, like, there were rappers who only made hype stuff and fun stuff back in the 2000s and stuff, and they are gone now. Like nobody remembers D4L. They're gone.
We do, but
I mean, well, no, I'm saying they.
What
they
was
don't
the other
make
group
it.
that was just like them too?
Them Franchise Boys.
Them Franchise Boys.
I love them Franchise Boys. Those
but they came in and like that's why I like what you were saying. Like, you don't put yourself in this box, and they kind of put themselves in this pop rap box, and that's all you expect from them. Instead of doing something like that, I think that's why like Ludacris and T.I. kind of lasted for a while, because they'd have the fucking lyrical shit sometimes, and they changed, and they had the pop shit.
Yeah,
like they did a little bit both, and they did it good. They did it well, and that's another reason why Drake is lasted as long as he did, because he kind of jumps into all these
versions. And
Jay-Z said it the best. Jay-Z said the hardest thing for an artist, and I'm paraphrasing, but he basically was saying like the hardest thing for like an already successful artist is to have enough restraint to not jump on a wave. Mm-hmm. But I also think you take that farther. I think that's also for the younger generation. I understand that it probably is easier to get signed that way, but you don't want to jump on that wave, because when that wave dies, you die with that wave.
Thanks.
So like, it's better for you to take the time out, hone your skills, and actually have a skill, so that when that wave dies, you can continue. Even if you use that to get on, you want to be able to keep going after that. And if you can't, then like, that's why, like, literally, I love the Crunk era. I was all about the Crunk era.
Yeah.
But like, when they said Crunk died, all of those artists left with it. Lil Scrappy, Crime Mob, them Franchise Boys, D4L, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, Yin Yang Twins.
Lil Jon,
they all.
Man, Lil Jon.
I mean, he's still relevant in like another world now.
He doesn't even make like rap beats anymore.
Yeah, he don't do that anymore. No. But he understood. You had to. Same thing with what's the dude that was cool with Gucci Man? The dude that's hard in the paint.
Oh, Waka.
Waka.
Yeah.
Waka's the same thing. Waka's successful still. He
Switched
understood that money ain't what I used to do in rap anymore, so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to make my money
Fucking
with
Pitbull.
these EDMs and stuff like that. Same thing with Pitbull.
Yeah.
Pitbull's manager sat him down and said, "We want you to go this way. This is going to give you longevity beyond where you're going right now."
because you can look at early Pitbull. He was doing hard rap.
Yeah.
Especially in his
3 or 5,
Miami
it's crazy.
only days.
Yeah.
He had hardcore rap, and then
Now he's on a
Change it
song
up.
with Neo every other month.
Hey, but
Which
I
is
mean,
sell.
it
And they be
works.
riding.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on those songs.
I'm pretty sure there's more white people in the world than there's black.
Yeah, you can say that again.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just
If that's what the money
he's
is.
got a bigger market. And again, going back to being marketable, that music can play on a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you make a movie and there's a club scene, you can play a Pitbull song at any given time.
But
Flow Rider's the same thing.
But people get mad because you ain't gonna hear that much J. Cole in the club, but he comes with the right the right mentality, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'll never hear KOD. Yeah, you'll never hear KOD.
You may hear 1 or 2 songs off of that, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Hey, side note, did you guys know that Black used to be signed to Flow Rider?
I did not know that.
I was watching.
Who is he signed to now?
I forgot, but he did this. Joe Budden's pull up interviews.
Yeah.
He did
I
that.
wanted to
He said
watch
he used to
that.
be signed to Flow Rider. I was like,
I did not know
Fuck.
that. And I like Black a lot. And he's another example where I think he's a newer act, but he's not doing what all these other newer acts doing, and knowing he's not worried about these older people getting in his way, blah, blah, blah. He's not making that his excuse, and he's doing his own thing. And I like his sound a lot, even though he's mostly a singer and he can rap. Did his new project just drop? I think it
what's
just
today's date?
dropped.
It might have dropped
15th.
today or yesterday.
I think it
It
dropped.
said yesterday.
And
think so.
I need to check it out, but
Me too. He pays homage though, like you were saying.
Yeah.
He did a song with T-Pain. It's crazy.
T-Pain's still fire. I don't care what nobody says.
That's what I'm trying to tell people.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much Floridians disrespect T-Pain.
I don't
Act
understand
Act like
it,
he
bro.
ain't shit no
I
more.
don't get it.
I'm like, bro, T-Pain has been the shit since he came out.
Since his first song,
He birthed a lot of shit. And I always argue T-Pain birthed Future.
Facts.
And they're like, nah, no way. And I said, if you know the history, Future is a part of 4th or 5th generation Dungeon family, which is Outkast and CeeLo Green, Goody Mob, and all of them. So he already been in a platform to be successful, but he ain't never get successful until turn off the lights. Looking for you. Guess why he started singing?
yeah,
Because T-Pain was singing. It worked for T-Pain. And the next thing you know, he doesn't sing as much from I don't know this to him, but it sounds like he raps a lot more now.
oh yeah, he does.
But he used that T-Pain wave to get on and then
Did he
transition
do an
back to the
R&B
one.
album or some shit?
Who knows?
He did a singing album.
I never I ain't gonna lie to you. I think he's a decent rapper, but I never understood how he got famous off of those first 2 songs. His voice is shit.
I'm not
when it
a
comes to singing.
I am not a big Future fan at all. There's
His
some
voice
songs
was
I
terrible.
rock with, but I don't know. I won't listen to him more than twice. You know what I'm saying?
It was,
No, I got you.
It was gross. But yeah, I don't know. I think, first of all, going back to Eminem, because we went on a crazy tangent.
It'd be like that.
Eminem,
Welcome to the podcast,
I don't
dude.
think Eminem gave, some people are like, oh, it was okay, it wasn't that great. That's the point though. When you're dissing somebody, your first response shouldn't be all you got.
Never.
Because you have no idea what they got, and if they come back with something that slap the shit out of yours, you have nothing else to say.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have to be a rapper to understand that. If you watch the movie 8 Mile,
yeah,
that was
If you
literally
take all-
what he did in the last scene.
Yeah.
took all this shit.
Took all the shit. When you run out of shit to say, it's very hard to battle somebody.
My thing with this beef, I think I'm over it already. I was waiting for the song. He dropped the song, and after he dropped the song, I was like, okay. Because what's next? He's gonna respond. MGK's
And
gonna.
the MGK probably.
There's
ain't
no
got
reason
nothing.
to respond. He knows he can't do better than that.
But why
He
not?
knows that.
It's just gonna get him more hits.
It's still,
If he pulls out something and it falls flat, it's not gonna. Be
I just don't. I don't think MGK's position will change. Where he's at in financially, musically, wise. I don't think it'll change no matter what he does. He's gonna stay in that whole little wherever he's not underground. barely above underground, street level, shit. That's what we call it, street level. He's on the street level. Eminem's in the fucking clouds. I just don't think that's gonna change no matter what M does or what MGK does.
Like that, like to me, it's like
Eminem
like
just gave him
if Eminem was Michael Jordan and then like a second string bench player is talking shit to him. Once you get crossed over and fall to the 40-plus-year-old Michael Jordan, do you really want to do anything else? Because if he dunks on you next, like, your shit really done at that point.
Yeah.
I think he go respond, and I don't think anything will change. That's why I'm kind of over it. Like, if he drops his response, I probably won't listen to it.
I'm hoping that Joe Budden just picks up the mic.
That's what I want, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Nah, I think he's done.
I mean, he did set out a challenge to Eminem, which basically stated, if you can come at me with an individual diss to me that's good enough to the point where I feel enticed, then I will pick my mic back up.
But why would Eminem need to do that?
But that's what I'm saying, though. Eminem's probably not going to be the aggressor on that. Because if you really think about Eminem's history, like, he's never been the aggressor. And I heard, I don't know if it was this podcast, somebody said something about, like, Eminem has never really battled anybody worthwhile.
I think that was here.
And I was like...
I think the biz said it.
And I was like, cannabis?
Yeah, I
know that we don't really care anything about cannabis, but
cannabis was kind of
nasty, was the hot dude about to come up and blow up, and Eminem shut that whole shit down. Cannabis was supposed to be like the next big thing.
Everybody was talking about him for a good year, and then as soon as Eminem got on that shit, no more. I forgot about cannabis.
And then Ja Rule?
That's what Ja Rule too? They was like, oh, he's a singer. Come on.
What?
Bro.
Ja Rule had all types of hits. Yeah. His rap albums were really good.
I
was like, when I heard that, I was like, Eminem hasn't faced any formidable opponents. What?
Yeah, I didn't understand.
I don't know about that one.
I didn't say nothing then, but I thought about it later. I was like, I should have called his ass out on that shit.
I mean, I know that he hasn't had that many, but again, like,
if
you destroy people's career, there's not going to be too many people that want to, you know what I'm saying, tangle with you like that. I ain't shit. Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no. Especially if you just start getting a little busy, just start getting a little money up. No. If you say something about me on the record, you got it.
I was thinking maybe people were going to hop on the bandwagon with the MGK shit, and more people were going to, like, because he named the other people on the album. So I was thinking maybe they try to attack him. And
the other guys are smarter.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong.
They know better.
Tyler, the Creator's way better than MGK. Way better. But I still think he's smart enough to know that's not where he want to be at.
Well, no, Tyler's not an aggressive. He's never been that type of dude.
I think he could make a really good.
Oh no, he could, but he's not that dude. He doesn't care enough.
Not even just based off of Yonkers, but just like if you listen to how he raps, he could probably say some shit about somebody if he really wanted to.
Dude, no, I'm trying to get this man on Tyler.
I just don't like him.
I'm not a fan of him, but it's like this. I can personally not like somebody, but I can be a fan of them. I mean, I can not be a fan, personally not like them, but I can respect them. Like, sorry, world, I'm not a Jay-Z fan at all. I don't listen to no Jay-Z. Every time I hear Jay-Z, it's just whatever to me. Mm-hmm. But I 100% respect his pen. Just for me personally, being a pure Southerner, Floridian, his New York,
it's not hitting for you.
It's not hitting for me. Like, if I do New York vibes, Fabulous is one of my favorites. Flatbush Zombies is one of my favorites. Guys that kind of have a sound that isn't so New York. Like, it can be sometimes, but a lot of times it's just like a universal nice sound. I even like Jadakiss. Like, I think Jadakiss just gives you like gritty street sounding. He doesn't really give you like
I can't do that shit.
100% New York sound all the time. Just like gritty street wherever you are.
No, I definitely like most of those artists you just mentioned. But that's just I call Tyler trash, but he's okay. He's just not my cup of tea. Like
he's really different.
He's weird.
And that's when people say, "Oh, he's weird." This I listen.
It grows on you. It really does.
I either like it or I don't most of the time. And I tried him a couple of times because people I've liked musically wise has told me like, say that I fuck with Tyler, and then like my friends have told me to try him out, and I've tried. I just don't like him. I don't even like Earl Sweatshirt.
You don't like? Well, Earl takes some getting used to, but his flow and his lyrics are
He got some bars.
He got some.
And that's what everybody say, but I don't like it for.
I don't listen to him either. But I don't remember what song I listened to, and I did not know it was him. I was like, yo, whoever this was went the fuck in. And then I went back and I was like, oh shit, because his voice was, I think, didn't have as much bass last time I heard him. His voice got deeper now. But it just all depends. Like,
I mean,
if you like Childish Gambino, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could open up to other things, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna like it. Because I like Childish Gambino. I like Childish Gambino way before all this other stuff.
I loved him before. I loved him at Cul-de-sac, man.
I like That's So Necessary.
Yeah.
That was, you know what I'm saying? When Schoolboy Q was first coming out too, I liked him back then.
Like the bar.
Bro, I love his fucking. I love that mixtape Point Blank, but
even back to Cul-de-sac, Bino was.
I wasn't crazy about Cul-de-sac
because it was his first real thing.
I definitely think it was the
It was his birthplace.
Like sonically, I think it was like the quality of it. It wasn't that great, and that's why I think because I like Campfire. Is that what it is? Camp, whatever that mixed up tape is. I like that one a lot, but I don't like Cul-de-sac at all.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
No.
Not even the sample you do off of Adele.
No, because when I got into it, I was like, yo, I'm gonna check this shit out. This shit about to be fire. But nope.
You guys know that Wiz Khalifa is on tour with Little Skies right now?
Who is Little Skies?
You know Little Skies?
That's a singer, right?
He alright. He ain't bad.
I feel like I heard his shit. I just can't think of it.
He has a song called Creepin' that I really like and I hate at the same time. And the reason why I hate it is because Rich the Kid is on it, and I can't stand Rich the Kid. I think he's
another one. Like
I think he's
hit or miss
so ass.
He's hit or miss.
Oh my god,
mostly miss.
So ass. He said, "I think that bitch from Florida. You probably couldn't afford her. Stop it."
Bars, bro.
I was like,
fucking bars.
He said, "Head game smarter." Head game smarter.
Bro, I'm done. No more.
He came on the track and fucked everything up. I was so mad.
Don't you hate that though?
I was literally about to download it. Cause like when I watch, I like look at who's on it, and then I like full screen it so I can watch the video. It has a video to it, and I completely forgot that he was on there. So I'm listening to it. I'm like, oh, okay, Lil Skies went in a little bit. Not obviously not lyrically, but like just the way he did his thing. I'm like, I like to probably about to download it. And then all of a sudden he jumped in. I was just like, fuck, how do you possibly fuck the song up this much for me? Like, it was so shit. And I always get him mixed up with the guy that he signed, Famous Dex.
He's okay.
Famous Dex is way better than Rich the Kid.
He's definitely better than Rich the Kid.
Way better.
He's still someone I'm kind of like I stumble into his shit and I'm like, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's like, it's not.
And I kind of forget about it.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not going to download it.
There's a lot of like newer, younger people, and I think they still have room to grow, and I think they're gonna blow. It's just like Black. I think he's gonna be big, and he's reaching that point sooner than later. But there's just like a lot of talent out there that's kind of like hidden, kind of. And again, unless you search for it, you're not gonna find it.
Yeah.
And
I think Black is like we're talking about like, you know, evolving for the generations.
Yeah.
Even though he's considered like in the rap genre, I really do believe that Black is like the next generation of R&B.
Maybe.
Like that's how I feel. Because we always try to act like singers wasn't rapping way before Chris Brown.
Yeah,
like,
people act like
Bobby Brown was giving bars in his songs. R. Kelly used to give bars in his songs.
People act like hip hop and R&B is two different things.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
I didn't even know this until I went farther back. Tyrese, before he did the black tie thing, when he first came out, when he had the little earring, whatever their shit's called, there, and he was dancing. I didn't know he danced either.
I didn't know
he danced and rapped in that song. I said, what the fuck?
I knew he rapped. I never saw like a video of him dancing.
Yeah, he was dancing his ass off. He could dance. Dude from Watts. So, I think that's what Black is. I think he's the next evolution of R&B, which is good.
Yeah, that's
because I also feel like that with Bryson Tiller. Yeah. So with those two leading the front, I'm comfortable. And then like her and SZA.
Her is nasty.
Her and SZA.
SZA's nasty too. But what's that song on my Spotify? And my girl like it. She like a bunch of shit.
By SZA?
No, or her. Because not that many people. I've never heard anyone talk about her to just now.
She's like, apparently she's this is her rebrand. Apparently she came out before, and it didn't work. And I'm not sure if it had anything to do with her appearance or not. But I know the rebrand was to give her like a very like vague name, and she was not supposed to show her face at all. People were just supposed to experience her vocally, and that rebrand worked for her.
The Lights On song.
I haven't heard that one. She has like a project out I'm about to listen to on YouTube because I like Could Have Been featuring Bryson Tiller.
Yo, I'm gonna have to. I ain't know.
Flames.
I just like found her on Spotify. I've never heard of her in my life, but
she's really good.
That one song I listened to.
Her and SZA like my. Oh, and Sabrina Claudio. She's not R&B.
Yeah,
I don't know what you would title her, but you gotta listen to some Sabrina Claudio because Black even featured with her because she's that nice.
What's the song with her and Black? I might know that song too, bro.
Dang, I can't think of the name of it right now.
Belong to You. That shit's on my playlist too, bro. Because that shit's fire.
Sabrina Claudio got it.
Yeah, she has a good voice, yo.
She's young, dude. She's like 18.
I didn't know that, but she sound grown, bro. That's a good song, yo. Shit.
You can tell how much we don't care about this MGK.
I'm over it.
We keep going off on tangent for it.
We can move on.
Yeah, I'm over that shit. Like, again, if MGK responds, like, it does nothing for me.
A beef is only entertaining when you feel like both parties are formidable.
Yeah,
if they're not formidable, then you just like
when either one can win.
Yeah,
like when you had Meek and Drake, you were like, ooh,
this could be something.
This could be something. I mean,
but even then, like that's my point too. Like MGK and Eminem, like Eminem killing MGK, like Meek Mill's. Granted, we looked at him for a certain way for a second, but did that kill his career? Did that change where he was going? No.
Well,
going to jail did.
but you have to also realize that Drake, the way that Drake disses is Eminem disses very belligerently. Like when Eminem was dissing Cannabis, he dissed Cannabis, and then Cannabis didn't respond, and then he sent out another diss called Cannabitch. And had a whole another 3-4 minute song just going in on him. Mm-hmm. So like Eminem's the type where he's just gonna like keep shooting you after you already dead. Drake was just like, I'm gonna leave it alone and let it go. I was really excited about the Pusha T Drake.
Yo.
But I understand. That apparently shit was getting too far. And both parties agreed to just.
Drake did the best thing and not responding. Because if he would have responded to that shit, and if he didn't answer that, what Pusha T said in that, I would have felt some type of way.
Well, the thing is, Jay Prince did an interview, and Jay Prince said that I told him don't put it out. He said because the only thing that's gonna happen from here is he's gonna have to respond even worse, and the next thing you know, it's outside of music. He said so,
and that's when beefs get too far, and I don't want to.
Yeah, he's like it's in not just yours, but my best interest, money wise, to not do that, because then you're gonna be seen in a whole different light. Michael Jordan and Drake are very similar to me in the way that they both, and even LeBron James, they're both, all three of them, very meticulous about how they're perceived, regardless of what they actually do and say.
Who they actually are. You
know what I'm saying? Like when you think about Drake, you don't think Drake's a pothead, but he says it very subtly in his music all the time that he be trying to smoke a lot. So I have to hide behind somebody just to hit the cush or something like that. And then my favorite song off of Side A, because I didn't really like Side A too much, but my favorite song is It More? And he was like, is there...
That's his catchphrase.
I do not like that.
He's like, is there any sense of doing these songs when I'm high? Like, he talks about being high all the time, but like, he's so clean cut and like happy and energetic in everything that he does. It doesn't like brand him as like a pothead. So I think those three guys are like really good at that.
It's like, your image is, and then how these people portray you and your business partners, they're gonna look at your image. That's why like Drake makes more money than most of these other rappers.
Yeah, because you
have a great marketing team, PR guys,
and all these tattoos on your face. Like, you're not
like
gonna get a Sprite commercial like Drake with tattoos on your face. I'm sorry to tell you.
Like 21 Savage is never gonna reach that because of his appearance, because what he raps about, blah blah. Granted, he's still making money,
Savage.
So I don't hate him.
I don't hate him either. It's just
I bought his album. I'm really into to beat diversification.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have it up, you can tell when the song changes. But if you have it like at a low roar, like while you're holding a conversation with somebody, you never know what song you're on. Unless you really knew the song,
Facts.
you don't know what song you're on.
That's why I like...
Because they all are mad similar. So it's just like, I don't knock him. If people like it, cool. And I think that for a street rapper, he does do okay.
He's not bad.
And I actually like the monotone shit. But at the same time, that monotone puts you in such a small box of how you're gonna make music. I actually heard I seen this video where it was like their first song they put out, the song that blew them up, and their most popular song. And his first song, I would listen to that. Like if he did continue to do that, I would listen to that. But I understand that these guys like transformed based on what was getting them hot. Like Lil Uzi was spitting in his first song.
Had bars,
he was spitting, but it didn't do him any good, so then he started singing. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? You do what you gotta do to make you money, but they gotta figure out a way to keep him in that same monotone pocket and do some different beat diversification. But I did like FaceTime.
I don't think I ever heard that.
It was like halfway through the album, and I guess he was like, the whole concept is like he's driving somewhere, and he's like, girl, I'm way too... Wait, what do you say? Like, something about like, I'm too drunk to text, so can we FaceTime? Like, it's catchy. It's catchy, especially for him, because he's still singing it monotone. Uh-huh. It was pretty catchy. I was like, that's probably my favorite.
Yo, let's talk about Joyner. And he's kind of a young... He's been rapping for a while, but he's kind of a newer act-ish that's been going at it for a while. And I feel like his YouTube shit, especially his YouTube shit, has like the numbers to be like mainstream. But like, why isn't he mainstream right now? And I think most of it because, you know, what they feeding us right now through the radio is all the same shit. But like, what do y'all think?
He needs... I don't know who he works with, so I'm not going to say anything negative because I don't know what their plan is. But I can say specifically for me, Dave East and Jordan Lucas came on at the same time.
Yes.
I thought I liked Dave. I thought Jordan Lucas was Dave East.
They do. They are kind of similar.
As far as who I liked. Because I remember listening to both of them, and I said I liked Jordan Lucas more. But for whatever reason, I remember that I liked Dave East more. So every time I see a new Dave East song, I would listen to it and be like, what happened? I don't like this. And it's not that Dave East is bad, don't get me wrong. Yeah. But he has, again, a very New York style to him.
Yes.
So then somebody like 3 weeks ago, sent me that song, I'm Not Racist.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jordan Lucas, I don't know, man. I think I like
a lot of
I listened to that shit. I was like, damn. And then when Eminem featured him, I was like, okay, that I'm Not Racist thing was cool. And he did that. I was like, so I like Jordan Lucas the whole time. I was the wrong nigga. I was so mad because like I literally been sleeping hard as fuck on Joyner because I kept thinking that I said in my head that I like Dave East more. So I kept listening to different Dave East stuff, trying to give it a chance and not liking it.
Yeah.
Just because of the cultural differences. I just should have been. Now I gotta go find a Jordan Lucas mixtape or album. And
initially with Dave East, I was liking his shit a lot, but then like somewhere along the line, I don't know if he just went more poppy or maybe it was the New York sound he was trying to keep. I was like, it kind of fell off. But Joyner, I've been following for like a long time, and I feel like shit, at least 3-4 years, bro, that I've been listening to him, and I always liked his shit, but I was like, he's too lyrical, too smart. He's never gonna pop off. People don't like that shit.
Did you hear Stranger Things?
Yeah.
He's getting to the point where he's taking that lyricism and adding some fun to it.
Yeah.
And I think he's on the right track now.
That was like that was a year ago, maybe 6 months.
I don't know if it was that long ago. It was him and Chris Brown.
Yeah, that's not that new. It's not
old, but it's not new.
But he just kind of started doing that stuff. He also had that song with Lil Dicky, I think. Oh, that's Chris Brown. Never mind.
Yeah, Chris Brown.
But anyway, those songs kind of came around the same time. I get them confused for some reason. But like, I felt like I was like one of the few people who like listening to this nigga, like at least around here, people that I knew. Like even my boy is like, yo, when I saw his name on the Eminem track, hype, bro. I was like, oh, that's the first song I clicked. I didn't even look at the other shit. I was like, I gotta hear this shit first, and that shit did not disappoint.
I ain't gonna lie, he did so good. I was like, "What you got, M?"
Yo,
I was like, "What you gonna do?" That nigga just spazzed.
This supposed to be your song, isn't it?
I was like,
Like,
facts,
he
bro.
went
Like
in.
that should have been a Joyner Lucas song featuring M, but M killed that shit too. It was a great song, but
I wonder who he's signed to, because I know Dave East, last time I heard, was signed to Nas.
yeah.
So I get the whole like super New York thing.
But
I don't know who Jordan Lucas is signed to.
I don't know either. But again, like, you know, we were talking about it in my little Team Ruthless Discord and shit, and he was like, every time my boy Carlos, shout out to Carlos because he watches every vid, but he was like, every time I think of Jordan Lucas, I think of that racist song or whatever. What's that shit called again?
I'm not
racist song.
That's a great song though. It's a good thing to go
I
for.
like it, but people were so, and you're supposed to be, but people were so enveloped in the message that it didn't appreciate the song. Like, and granted, it was a message, so yeah, but people did not like the message. They didn't think he portrayed black people right, and I kind of agree. But again, if this is his opinion, this is his song.
The only reason why I don't agree with that is because what he did was, in my opinion, this is my interpretation. If I'm wrong, Joyner or whoever else think, whatever.
Yeah.
He took the quote unquote worst form of black people to the worst form of white people.
Yes.
And I think that's what people weren't understanding. Like, you're taking a racist white person that has a whole bunch of prejudices and stereotypes for black people, and then sitting the person that white person thinks all black people are in front of somebody that's really like that, so he gets to give his why I'm like this. Like, so I don't think that it was bad because, you know, he wasn't saying that all black people are like that. He's just saying, like, white people think we're all like that, so I'm going to put him in front of a black dude that is like that, and he's going to explain why he acts like this. Yeah. Based on what y'all white people do.
Maybe. I don't know. Like, I looked at it like that. Like, not like that, but, like, it was just, okay, yeah, yes and no like that. Like, I just looked at it like, okay, this is what he thinks, and this is what I think. And it could be true, it could be not, blah, blah, but let's come together. At the end of the day, we're fucking human. But, you know, whatever. I didn't get too deep into it like I probably should have. But I like the song overall.
I listened to it 3 times.
I wasn't a huge fan of the song out of his other shit, but I liked the song. But again, I think majority of the people did not like it. So every time they thought of Jordan Lucas, and that was like his biggest fucking video at the time.
It's extremely confrontational.
Yeah. It's hard to get.
I can see that.
How can you get big on something like that? You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're bringing the worst of two people together. But that's the majority of people who listen to hip hop, white and black people. Like,
I felt like it was so powerful. Like, that's why I listened to it 3 times in a row, like literally back to back to back, because to have, like, even with the music video was powerful because, like, it wasn't like usually we show like the cops shooting. It wasn't all of that. It was just
two people in the room,
and 2 people talking.
Let's have this talk, and I think again, I don't think people are still not ready to have this talk.
Yeah, like that.
Oh no, they're not.
Unfortunately, they're not. They're definitely not, because there are still a lot of white people that refuse to believe that racism still exists.
Exactly.
And then, unfortunately, we have black people that know that racism exists, so they're just like, fuck white people.
Yeah.
I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of trying. Our parents, our grandparents tried. These motherfuckers don't like us. I know black guys that literally say, white people hate us, so I hate them. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, they've gotten to that point in life. So it's sad. I unfortunately, I don't really ever believe that racism is going to die. No. I hope that it tones down. I hope that it tones down, but I don't think it's ever going to die.
I think people think we've come further than what we really have, and I think it hurts to see. It hurts them to see it, and they can't understand it or believe it when they actually see that we haven't.
I mean, in some aspects, we have come a long way.
Come far, but not
far enough.
It's like
it's like saying, okay, you look how far, like you run a mile.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, you made it 70% of the way. Good job, you made it 70% of the way. What about the rest of the 30?
That's what I was about to say. I was about to use something longer. I was about to say, it's like this is a 10-mile race and we got 5 miles in. It's like, we came so far. Yeah, but look how much farther we have to go. We're not done yet. We got a lot of ways to go.
Like, and the fight's, I mean, it's not over, so just keep running.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the only way that racism would die out is if the racist parents stop teaching their children. Because that's what it comes down to. You'll have teenage white girls that will refuse to date a black guy just because that's what their parents taught them. Mm-hmm. And then somehow, some way, they always get with a white guy who is racist. So their kids, it just keeps leaking down.
I mean, I think the most important thing, or the only way racism is ever going to die, is that there must be exposure to those other races. Like, you're never gonna, if all you see is a black person on television, that's going to be your only interaction with a black person. You're never gonna actually understand what it's like to be around black people. Yeah. If all you see on television is white people, you never actually are around white people on a day-to-day basis, you're going to be your only opinion of them. You gotta knock elbows with these people to a certain extent to actually get what it is to be that person.
We have to actually stop calling racism for everything.
Oh yeah.
That's another issue. Like when you call racism so much, white people are like, okay, here we go. Because like when Donald Trump told LeBron to shut up and dribble, they're like, oh, that's so racist. Like, that has nothing to do with the color of his skin. He's just saying, you're a basketball player. Don't talk to me about politics and social problems. Shut the fuck up and dribble. Well, it just was it was disrespectful, yes, 100%. Yes. But it was disrespectful to a basketball player. Mm-hmm. It was to me, it was specific to a basketball player. He didn't say anything about him being a monkey or being black.
There's also levels about basketball. It's not black and it's not always cut and dry or black and white, no pun intended. It's like you have the KKK, which is the ultimate extreme, and then you have the people who walk across the street because they see a group of black guys walking towards them. Right. There's shades of gray in there. Like, that's a shade of gray. Like, it's not really that it's a little racist that you immediately see a group of black people and walk across the street. But it's not as bad as burning the fucking cross in somebody's front yard. Yeah. There's levels to it.
And we got to start treating it at the different levels. Because, like, is it rude and somewhat hurtful? Yeah, because, because you see me walking down the street, why do you all of a sudden think your kids are not safe and you're not safe? Mm-hmm. The fuck did I do to you? Yeah. I didn't do nothing to you.
I'm going to bring this up real quick. And this is somebody's, other experience that he was telling me about racism. And this took a drastic turn, so after I say this, we're going to go back to Jordan. but he was saying, like, when it comes to racism, he's like, this color shit, people always think it's about color. He's like, it's so funny to me, because his dad, I don't know, his dad's Spanish, he was born in Puerto Rico, his mother was German, but they moved after they got married, so he's raised in Germany. But he was like, they didn't accept him in Germany because his last name was like, I'm not gonna say his last name. He had a Spanish last name, so he's like, they look like him. They'll talk to me. Then they ask my name. He's like, yo, my last name is this, and because it wasn't a German last name, they were like, ugh, get away from me. Like, and he was like, it's they think it's color, but it's not color. It's the fact that you're not them. So everybody looks at the color thing, which again, it's
exposure.
Yeah, a color thing is a big thing, but I mean. It's it's about your nationality. Yeah, it could be about your height. About your weight.
It's the fact that you are not like them in one way or another. Either you don't look like them, you don't talk like them, you don't speak or walk like them. It doesn't matter. Like, that's what it goes down to.
It's just a lack of understanding and a fear of.
And it was a different
new thing. Elbows with them, man. You gotta knock elbows.
Definitely a different take for me. And I always thought that, and I always kind of knew that, but. Just how he said it, he was like, "Yo, I wish I could belong somewhere." To some people, he said, "If a freaking race war happened, he wouldn't know what to do." He's like, "He's not white, he's not Spanish." He's like, "I don't know what to do." He said, but he's like, and he's like, he laughed at the people that white people who put Nazi signs on them. He's like, "You'll be the first one they kill because you're not like them, and you think you're and you're portraying like you're one of them, and you're not. You'll be the first ones they line up."
Blonde hair, blue eyes, man.
Yeah.
Just because you shave your head doesn't make you change your eye color.
But again, I just know that's a deep subject, and I don't know if I want to talk about that shit on this.
All I'm saying is everybody keep embracing interracial relationships. Keep having those mixed babies. That's the only other way I can see racism die.
Light skin take over.
If any white girl wants to come,
oh no.
Throw that out there.
I have a white girl, so I must be part of the solution.
I need y'all to pop out like 5 babies.
Oh, we ain't having no kids.
You know what I mean? And just
no kids.
You know what I'm saying? Look at you. You ain't even got your black people down, Pat. So leave us out here hanging.